How's everyone doing today? It's 2 o'clock on Sunday. Heading over to my mom's house to make some homemade pizza and a homemade calzone. Spend some time with my mom for a couple hours before we have to head back to Drumright. If you see my last videos, then you'll know I'm only uploading on the weekends under Wi-Fi. It's just much easier for me. It doesn't take all my data, so I'm going to be just recapping the week of what I did, and hopefully, there's someone out there to get some good experience. But let's get right to it. Monday, we learned how to straight line back. So, we idled down in first gear, about 200 feet. The range lanes were. You idle down, then you put it in low reverse, and we idled back. First time for me, I was kind of, oversteering. The passenger West Coast mirror, the big rectangle mirror, is a little of a, it's a little deceiving looking at that. It's like an optical illusion, as far as it always looks like you're drifting to the right, even if you're not. So I got caught up in that the first time back. After that, really picked it up, though. It usually takes me once to do everything. I probably told you guys I was doing that in a previous video. So we did the straight line backing. Also, that was pretty much Monday. That's all we did Monday. Tuesday, we continued to do that. We also did some, I think we learned to couple and uncouple on Tuesday, which is, just taking the trailer off the tractor and then putting it back on. That was good too. To uncouple, it's pretty easy. For the uncoupling, you want to work back to front, so you want to put the chalk in the first wheel, which is the outside wheel, on the rear tandem trailer axle, which is the back axle. Then you want to go ahead and lower your landing gear, remove your electric line connecting the tractor and trailer, remove your air lines connecting the tractor and trailer. Then you want to go over and you want to pull the fifth wheel release mechanism, to release that fifth wheel, so you can, separate the tractor and trailer. Then we'll get in the truck and pull a little bit forward, make sure that your frame on the tractor is still under the trailer a little bit, just in case the ground's not steady. Then you want to just pull right through, and you're done. When we took the test, you pretty much pulled forward after, you waited that second to make sure the trailer wasn't going to fall, and then you put the parking brake on. Obviously that fifth wheel locking mechanism was already pulled out, so you can go ahead and back right into it. And so that's how you couple. You want to back up right near it. You want to make sure that fifth wheel isn't under the trailer, but it's really close, so you can go ahead and see the height of the trailer and fifth wheel. Make sure it's when you back up under the trailer, you're only going to raise the trailer just a little bit. You're going to want to get out, make sure you check the kingpin is centered to the fifth wheel. Make sure that the fifth wheel is going to grab the kingpin around the shank of it. And the kingpin, it's just like, it's a little pin hanging off the trailer on the front of the trailer that you're going to connect into it. So once you do that, you make sure that's all good. You want to go ahead and put that chalk on the first wheel, the outside wheel of the first back trailer tandem. So there's the first trailer tandem, and then there's one right behind it, which is the rear trailer tandem. So after you put the chalk in, then you just want to go ahead, get back in the truck. You want to back under it till you hear a thud, which is the fifth wheel hitting the apron of the trailer. And also you want to keep going until you hear a click, which is the locking mechanism, engaging the shank. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and put it in a low gear and tug, not once but twice. Make sure that that kingpin is secured into the fifth wheel. Make sure the locking mechanism has grabbed that kingpin. After you tug down it twice, you just get out. You make sure that the locking mechanism is closed around the kingpin. You want to go over to that lever that we talked about to release the fifth wheel. Make sure that that's in. Make sure that that's locked into place. Once you go ahead and do that, it's front to back. So like uncoupling was back to front, this is front to back. You want to get, you want to go ahead, hook up your air lines and your electrical line. You want to raise your landing gear. You want to remove the chalk. Once you've done that, you want to go ahead, get back in the trailer, and push in that trailer air supply valve. It supplies obviously all the air into the trailer. Once that's done and it's fully charged for our test, we just went ahead and pulled that trailer air supply valve out, and you're all set. So that's pretty much the uncoupling and coupling process. You have to do them in order. I actually got 100 on that. They said it was instructor time. It was I think either right under or right at 8 minutes it took me to uncouple and couple. So if you don't hit them in order, you get points taken away. Luckily I knew it, so I hit them all in order. It was fairly easy for me. I think my brother got like an 80 or 85, 80 I think, because he just got them out of order. So did that. We took that test we had was on Thursday. So but anyways, that was Tuesday, learning how to couple and uncouple. Wednesday, I believe either late Tuesday or Wednesday, we started to learn how to shift. We learned how to double clutch, and we learned how to upshift and downshift. When you're upshifting, you're just going to bring it to around 1300 RPMs, put in the clutch, put it in neutral, release the clutch, push in the clutch again, put it into your next gear from, say, third to fourth, put in fourth, release the clutch. That's double clutch. We want to get it in for the trucks that we use. You want to start around 1500 or 1400 RPMs, and you want to get it in your next gear by 1100. So that is upshifting, downshifting. For the trucks that we use, we want to bring it down to around 700 RPMs for the gear. So if you're in third gear, bring it to 700. You want to go ahead and push in the clutch or disengage the clutch, and put the shift knob, or the shift knob in neutral. Then you want to go ahead and let off the clutch, rev up to around 1200 RPMs, clutch in again, put it into your next gear. So put it up into third. That's the downshifting, and then releasing it. So, it took me once on that too to get it. I think I've got it pretty good. You really learn quick. You have to learn quick because they want to get you going on the next thing. You only have a month to learn, to get your CDL, and you only have 16 days of school, and that's the first 3s in the classroom before they come out. DPS comes out and tests you. So that's what we did late Tuesday and early Wednesday. Also Wednesday we did learn how to offset park, which I struggled with. It's Sunday now of this last week, and I've only done it once, so it took me about 4 or 5 pull-ups to get in there. I just kind of oversteered to start with, so I got myself in a little bit of a bind and had the tractor and trailer in different directions. So it was tough. I feel like I have it now. I was the first one in the whole class to do it. So and they only showed you briefly how to offset back or offset park. So pretty much as long as you can get that trailer in the first rear 2 cones when you're offset parking. So if you're going from go left, you want to pull up, and you want to get it into the right lane. You want to back into the right lane. So it's not that bad, but hopefully I'll get a lot more chances to do it this week. So some people got it on their first try, and some people were like me and took 4 or 5 times pulling up to align that trailer to get into the spot. So once you align it, and it's just like straight line backing. So I just got to get I got to get it down in my head to knowing how far back you have, and when you go in reverse, especially when you're learning something new, it seems like it's going a lot quicker and you have a lot less time. But that's what we did Wednesday. More pre-trip, more coupling and uncoupling, and learning the offset parking. Thursday came along, we had our test, so we did our pre-trip test, which included the air brakes. I went ahead and I got 100 on the pre-trip with air brakes, and I also, like I said, I got 100 on the coupling and uncoupling. So far on my skills test, I have 2 100s, so that's good as well. A pre-trip, like I've said before, it gets a whole lot easier. You just have to, keep doing it every day, do it right every day. It seems like there's some people in our class, and maybe they're just really good at it, but they just, I might be still walking around my trailer doing the inspection, and they're already starting up doing stuff, and, I don't know, maybe I'm listing too many things, because I'm listing everything, especially for DPS. I just don't want to. You got to make sure you pass the pre-trip. If you pass the pre-trip, that's something that stays with you. So even if you fail the road test or you're parking, you don't have to do the pre-trip again. you know, if you get to the backing and you do your straight line backing, you pass that, then you have to do, say, a 90-degree back or parallel, and you fail that, you have to do your straight line backing all over, because they consider that skills. They consider the pre-trip more knowledge. So just trying to work on everything. That's what we did Thursday. Took the tests, did some more straight line backing. Didn't really have time to do offset parking because at the time there was only one lane. So you know, the people who didn't do it Wednesday finished that up. Then Thursday also in the afternoon we had recruiters come in. We had Tyson, we had Warner, and we had Conway Free. Tyson, I just feel you know, I'm not going to go with them. There's not a chance. They might pay a little bit more than Warner, but they kind of go on this honor system to where if you pay a toll, they go ahead and reimburse you. You know, they can reimburse you immediately after you tell them. But I just figured, you know, if they're going to do that, why don't they just pay the toll right off the bat? You know, it's kind of like it's like a game with them. You know, they want you to put money out of your pocket. And then they'll reimburse you. So I wasn't a big fan of that, so I'm not going to go with Tyson. I just felt like that, you know, that was a little odd. Which I know a lot of companies do that, and that's fine, but just, you know, I wasn't a big fan of that. And a couple other things he had to say. Conway Freight, they do a lot. It's like, you know, they do a lot of dock work, so you're going to be doing dock work. I don't mind the dock work. It's probably not something that would bother me. I've done construction for years. You know, I like that labor, but, you know, really I'm getting my CDL to drive. I want to drive. I want to see the country. I don't want to be pulling off a million boxes. So, and also, a lot of times they start at night, and you can't take your tractor home if you have to. I think they are in Arkansas or somewhere. Maybe that's Tyson. So, Warner's one of the ones I already applied to. I haven't heard back. I applied late Friday, so I probably won't hear anything back till tomorrow, or maybe the school has something. And I had one violation about, you know, on my birthday in August of 2010, so 15 over. The speed limit kept dropping from 75 to 60, and 65. And, you know, I also had a guy that, you know, kept getting in front of me and slowing down to 60 when it was 75, so I was getting irritated, so I tried to speed past him, and of course, look what happened right when I did. There was a cop on the other side of the hill, so I don't know if it was a trap or what, but that was that. Friday, we actually got on the range, so you get to use your upshifting and downshifting, and you get to go around the range, take left turns, right turns, S turns, and that was fun. That was good. I enjoyed that. I did really good at that. You know, didn't hit any cones or barrels. I did have to get out once and move 2 barrels and get by it. You know, but I felt like my driving was pretty good on the range, especially for my instructor kept telling me to turn and downshift about 15 feet before I had to do it. So just kind of put a lot of pressure on me to try to downshift real fast and, you know, and make that wide turn when, you know, when you're driving, you know where you're going. You're gonna hear about 800 feet away, so you're gonna mentally be able to prepare for it. So it's a little tricky, but got that down as well. You're gonna be able to do that, I think, all this week, as well as learn 90-degree parking or backing and parallel. So that was good. Also, we had more recruiters coming in. We had Stevens Trucking. We also had TMC, we had Shepherd. Shepherd's a oil, Stevens is a, you know, dry trucking, and TMC is more flatbed. I kind of like TMC. I guess my brother looked up and he heard a lot of bad reviews, so I don't know. Probably apply for TMC, probably apply for Warner, Shepherd, probably not. So that was it for the week, really. It was a good week. All the range during the week, probably all the range during this week, learning some more parking. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed my videos. Again, if you haven't seen the previous ones, go ahead and check them out. Just giving you guys a timeline, maybe giving someone a little bit more knowledge if they're interested in doing it. Leave some comments below. And, you know, I will talk to you guys next weekend. I'll let you know how next weekend goes. I'm sure we're learning more parking or more backing. Like I said, the 90-degree and the parallel, so that'll be interesting. I'm excited for this week, and I'm here at my ma's, so I'm going to go ahead, get in there, cook some nice pizza and calzone, And you guys have a good rest of the day and a good week, and I'll see you next week. Peace.